everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about Freshers Week itself, so I'm just going to talk about my own experience. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and I hope you enjoy the video. First of all, the workload in Freshers was something I didn't expect. I thought Freshers was party, party, party. And then I received a Freshers timetable and it was very much party, party, party. But it was also dinners and meet and greets and compulsory lectures and exams. I had an exam on the Thursday of Freshers. That was something I definitely didn't expect. So yeah, Freshers in Durham was mental. I did speak to other people who were like, yeah, no, my timetable in my university is not like that. So I'm not sure if it's like that everywhere, but Freshers in Durham was definitely mental. There was so much you had to do, there were so many things to attend, and you literally didn't have any spare time, which I feel like is probably good because you don't dwell on being away from home, which I think at the beginning is probably the hardest part. I didn't actually struggle being home alone in Freshers, like away from home in Freshers. It sunk in maybe a month later, but I feel like the speed and velocity and all that of Freshers really gets you pumped. I can't really remember, but I don't think I enjoyed Freshers that much because it was so full on and I couldn't wait to just get into life. So definitely don't worry if you're not enjoying Freshers, because that's not what uni's gonna be like, especially if you have a Freshers like mine where everything's compulsory and you're busy blah 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 blah. Don't worry, it will be fine. The workload in Freshers wasn't really that great except for the compulsory lectures and also the exam, but in the exam I wrote 3 lines out of a 10-page booklet and I survived. So if they do examine you in Freshers, don't worry, they're not really testing you for anything. That exam never came up or anything. We got the results a week later and that was that, so don't worry about anything like that. Moving in was quite fun. Personally, I didn't have that much stuff to move in. This was something I felt like loads of people came in with their rooms decked out amazingly, but my parents bought me some things, but they're obviously not going to deck out a whole room for me, so my room was quite sparse. But don't worry if that's the case. I feel like so many people compare that. You can build it up as you go along. Like throughout the year I accumulated more things, made it a bit more personal. So don't worry if you feel like your room's not like that Pinterest Tumblr room that everybody else has, because literally no one ever switches their fairy lights on and all you need are a few photos to stick on the wall and a teddy bear and you are set. So don't feel like your room is not the great uni room that everybody advertises. Making friends, so in Freshers you'll make friends definitely because everybody's desperate to make friends. Personally, I didn't stay friends with the friends I made in Freshers. There's not a lot of people that do stay friends with the friends they make in Freshers. They do move on because they go on to their course and they meet new people in other areas. So don't worry if who you're with in Freshers isn't really who you envision yourself being with, because you probably won't be. Going out in Freshers, so I went out maybe 5 out of the 7 nights. There were 2 nights where I didn't go out, I think. And there was also a night out where I left early. Going out in Freshers is it's not that enjoyable. Based on Freshers experience, I said after that I hated clubbing, but then when I went out with my actual friends in second term, I really enjoyed it. So Freshers, the clubs are super packed, but don't base it on that. There's also so many other options. Like most of the time the people that the Freps will organise something else for you to do if you don't want to go out drinking, which I wish I would have done because I feel like maybe I would have found Freshers easier, but I felt like because the group I was with weren't doing that, I felt like they'd judge me if I went to the non-drinking activities. Don't worry about what other people think, just do what you want to do. The next thing is homesickness. Again, I didn't really feel this in Freshers. It kicked in a lot later, but I do think the only sort of thing I felt in Freshers was that I wasn't enjoying it, but I feel like that's just because of how heavy it was. And then also when Freshers finishes, because you don't have all these activities on anymore, it can also hit you then because you're like, oh, now I'm actually here, it's not like a holiday anymore. Do be prepared for that, but also know that everybody's sort of feeling the same way. So don't worry, just keep your head up high. I endured until January before I felt comfortable and happy there, so don't worry if it's taking too long. Everybody struggles maybe in the first month, and after that I was like, I'm still struggling and nobody else is. It just takes everybody different amounts of time. It wasn't homesickness I was struggling with, it was more friendships and things. It just takes different amounts of time for everybody, and everyone's They're at their own pace, so don't worry about anything like that. So that is my information for life in Freshers Week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, comment down below any questions you may have, and don't forget to subscribe, and have an amazing time if you're starting as a fresher soon. I hope you enjoy. Bye.